Seems more and more likely that Xbox is gonna end up relisting the old Marvel games thanks to being able to have a new deal with Marvel for these old video games, right? So it is looking really good actually because we're getting even more evidence, and I'm gonna share that with you in a second, but I wanna just re-explain what the current situation is with these old games. So, if you didn't know, over the years, Activision had ended up actually losing the license for, Marvel games, and that ended up, getting all the older games completely delisted from Steam, PlayStation, and the Xbox Store. However, with the actual success of Deadpool and Wolverine, Xbox was like, hey, wait a minute, people might want to experience these older games, so let's see what we can do about that, which is really, really cool. So, as you can see here, pretty much this explains everything. Xbox is working with Marvel to relicense Deadpool and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. It seems that the company wants to capitalize on the movie's success by relisting and selling these titles. These two games could open the floodgates, leading to license restorations for even more of Activision's Marvel games, which really does seem to be the case here, which is a really good thing because games like that are now considered abandonware, right? Because you can't really get it online anymore unless you want to pay like hundreds of dollars for a copy for Xbox or PlayStation, which is it's just ridiculous. Games like this should be allowed to be experienced regardless of their status, and we should never ever have these video games disappear because lately it feels like our games aren't even our own, right? Like games can just be removed from your library, which I'd much prefer to own a physical copy. I used to like digital copies and stuff, but now I'm like, nah man, I like my digital copies of video games. So why this matters is because both Deadpool and Marvel Ultimate Alliance were published by Activision, which is now part of Microsoft. However, that was before the acquisition, and Marvel is the one that holds the rights for those games and characters. So I could totally see this happening because it's not like they're getting new games and things like that, but they are also like Xbox, I think, is working with Marvel for the Blade game, which actually looks fantastic. I'm really excited for that one. And if you look over here, this isn't official or anything like that. Okay, I just want to put that out there. This whole graphic isn't exactly official, but this could be what we are looking at in the future. This could be what could end up happening. So as you can see here, we could end up getting these games through the cloud, console, and Windows PC, right? So it could be, and so right now, mainly I think what they're actually working on bringing back from the rumors is the Deadpool game, okay, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. I think these are the games that are being worked on currently. However, if these games get relisted, there is like a potential for so many others, and I personally hope that these games come with their achievements and everything like that, because I always love covering these games on the channel. Probably every year I've returned to some of these games, and now seeing the possibility of this being the case is mind-blowing, right? So, Deadpool, Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, however, imagine if they bring back Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, this game has been gone for a long time, and realistically, you could really only play it on the PS2 and I think Xbox, like the OG Xbox, if I'm not mistaken. Spider-Man Friend or Foe, yeah, it's been a long time, but being able to play, let's say, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions again, Spider-Man Edge of Time, like these are some of the greatest Spider-Man games of all time, and I stand by that because the stories here are just so phenomenal and the gameplay is so incredibly fun that having these games disappear forever is not the way to go, right? And the same thing with Spider-Man Web of Shadows. This game is incredible. The action is just fantastic. And then, X-Men Origins Wolverine as well. You might look at it like it's a movie tie-in game and whatnot, but that game was absolutely insane. And I've never even played X-Men Destiny before. I think I have it, but I've never played it. So if you guys want to see videos on any of these games as we wait for more news, then let me know. But there's been more evidence, and let me show you. And when I say evidence, I mean, look at this. So this is from somebody else's screenshot here. Before, you wouldn't even really be able to search these games on, the Xbox store or anything like that. They just wouldn't pop up because they were delisted. Unless, of course, you had this in your inventory or whatnot. But here we have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, and then we also have Deadpool here, so which is quite interesting. But this isn't the only person that has actually had this show up on their store, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So this right here is a post by the General C over on X or Twitter, whatever you really want to call it at this point. And they posted this tweet saying, not too sure, but it looks like some of the Activision titles might be hitting Xbox real soon. They have all been updated to show Choose Edition, as before it said not currently available, which is an extra proof, because why would you be updating the UI and all of these different things if something wasn't happening, right? So as you can see here, you've got Deadpool, and I'm kind of covering it up, but you can see the Choose Edition button there. You can kind of choose what you really want, and whatever your opinion is about the Deadpool game, I think it's just a fun game. It's random, doesn't really make sense, but that's fun, right? It's fun, and it being back would be awesome. And then we can kind of go further here and see the same thing for Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So you can see like 2016 up there, Activision, and then you can see like Choose Edition again, which is really, really good. And it's a really good sign for the future. You've also got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, updated here as well with the same Choose Edition sign. And then even the Transformers games, Fall of Cybertron, which if you guys would like to see me play this on the channel, I would be down to do it. I've never, ever experienced these games before, unfortunately. But I've heard really good things about Transformers Fall of Cybertron. And I am a huge Transformers fan. I grew up with the cartoons and the shows, so I'm totally down to do it. But to also show the difference here, if you look down here, it's kind of cut off, but pretty much what this tweet says is, here's what it said in the store pages a few weeks ago, and it said not currently available, right? So this is exactly what it said. That's not available. Ultimate Alliance is not available. Ultimate Alliance 2 wasn't available, and Fall of Cybertron wasn't available. And then there's also another tweet here that says, even more evidence thanks to a friend who notified me these titles are showing up as download to console in the Xbox app. I've since checked this myself, as these screenshots are my own. And then of course you can see what I've shown you earlier is you could see Deadpool, right, download to console. Then you've also got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, right? Ultimate Alliance, well, yeah, Ultimate Alliance. I think it's the same screenshot, but meant to put like Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 here, and then Fall of Cybertron. So it's looking really good for the possibility of these older games being able to return, which we absolutely need. I see no reason for these games to just disappear like that, and I'm really excited to see all of these games come back. And if these Activision games can come back, I think like so many others can come back as well that people really want to see. But right now I think it's mainly for Marvel, but if they can like relist all the older licenses too, that would be insane. So I'd love to see the Transformers games return, and maybe they could even bring this to PC, because Xbox does have influence over on the Steam platform as well. So they could also possibly like release these games over on Steam or bring them over there, which would be fantastic. I would love to see that as well. And then as soon as that happens, I'm getting all those games in my library and I'm not letting them go. But let me know what you guys think of this news. If you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because I will be posting updates on this situation as we get more information. And of course, I play a bunch of different games, Spider-Man, Ben 10, dude, there's so many different games. So if you like superheroes and you just like video games, make sure to subscribe, okay? Check out another video here. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Peace.